Hello and welcome back to another episode of Fat Loss Basics. Thanks so much for joining me. I am currently drinking my bone broth out of my mug that says the dog likes me best. Although I don't think he likes me best right now because he's crying in his house. And let's just be real, Marco doesn't like anything but a fucking bone or Kong or whatever. He doesn't really give a shit about people. So he does like food now though. But anyways, thoroughly enjoying this. This time I tried a ramen flavor. Not a big fan. I don't think I'll ever get ramen again, but I did get ramen and beef to try them both. Again, if you're interested in this bone broth, I am not sponsored, but definitely thinking about reaching out. You know what I'm saying? It's called Bare Bones, B-A-R-E, Bare Bones. I did the chicken. I loved it. So fix my fat loss assessment, link in the show notes. Not really going to talk about that today. What I want to talk about today on Friday No Filter is I hope you understand my point and purpose for Wednesday's podcast. If you haven't listened to Wednesday's podcast, highly recommend. Okay. I basically dive into this space where I talk about my own experience doing what I call hitting a Pringles can, even though it's not Pringles. It's like once you pop, you can't stop. And how I was so disengaged that I was looking for dopamine hits. I knew that's what was happening, even though it was still my subconscious. Like I couldn't necessarily stop myself from doing it, but I was also aware, if that makes sense. I'm like, I know this is not going to end well, but we're doing it anyway, because I couldn't really overcome the brain's need almost for this. And the whole purpose and point of me doing that, the whole intent behind sharing that with you was to give you some kind of hope, was to give you some kind of insight, was to give you some kind of realization, like that you are not the problem necessarily, right? That a lot of times, there are so many times that this happens to us and we're not aware that it happens. And even after years and years and years of working on myself and digging in deeper and, fixing, quote unquote, helping myself fix things that have always been a problem for me, we still struggle. It's a struggle. It's a constant struggle because I truly don't believe that you're ever going to be truly fixed, if you will, right? There are things that are just so embedded in us. Now, I do believe, oh, that's annoying. Sorry. I do believe that we can boomerang faster out of them. I do believe that we can reset ourselves quicker. I do believe that we can become aware faster about what's going on, similar to me. Before the entire bag would have been gone that day, like I said, I would be a liar to sit there and say that I wouldn't have been able to eat that whole bag. I would have easily smashed that bag of fucking shit. I would have easily done it. Like I could have easily just done it. I was thankfully able to pull myself out of it. And yes, there were moments that I was eating those things going like, oh my God, like stop eating these. Like, why are you still eating these? You don't need to eat these. Like, not necessarily like, what's wrong with me? Or what's wrong with you, Sarah? Like, come on, you don't need this. But just in a way of like, I know that I don't need this right now. And it wasn't until I was able to like kind of remove myself from where they were and then have that conversation with myself, I noticed that was important. Instead of while I was consuming them or in the kitchen when I had access to them, removing myself from that situation and then trying to have that conversation, like, why are you doing that? And getting curious with myself. We are, here's what I'll say. Again, we got to find this, grace and patience place. Okay. I can have a little bit of grace with myself and a little patience with myself, but also I had to take self-responsibility. I had to track what I ate. That was awful. There's no self-responsibility when all we do is give ourselves grace. We have to throttle this needle. Is that a thing? Throttle the needle? Thread the needle? Thread the needle? I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to use metaphors here and it's not working. We need to learn how to thread the needle, throttle the needle. I'm not really sure. What I mean here is ebb and flow. We need to, understand that we're going to have valleys and then, hills and valleys and hills and valleys and hills, right? As long as we're not having like super high peak mountains and like dropping down into the ether of the Earth's crust. That's what prevents us from really getting where we want to go, because we're so up and down. We're allowed to have some wave. We're allowed to flow in and out of our own space. I mean, honestly, it's what it is. We're allowed to do what we need to do in moments. And we're going to have our moments. And to think that we're not going to have these moments, I'm 9-10 years in, and I still have these fucking moments, guys. I still got these moments. The moments are here. They're still here. They're still happening. And it's okay. I could have hit the fuck it button. I could have said, fuck the rest of this week. Fuck the rest of this day. Fuck it all. Done and done. And I didn't. I tried to make the next choice a better choice. I paid attention to my dinner. Was I still technically over my calories? Yep, sure was. Sure was. I was over my calories yesterday too, because I ate the rest of them in the morning. Is what it is. Right? And I'm not looking for the scale to tell me what I did wrong. I'm not looking to guilt and shame myself and look in the mirror and tell myself how terrible of a person I am. I'm just going, okay, it's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. The next decision's a new choice. What can you do differently? Now, literally went to the grocery store this morning on my way home from the gym. And of course, had to walk by the candy aisle, because of course there's like this spot in Kroger. I don't know if you guys have a Kroger or something similar to it, where all like the seasonal stuff is. So all the seasonal candy, the seasonal decor, seasonal whatever. Totally walked by the seasonal candy. Reese's peanut butter pumpkins that you can now buy in a fucking bag and king size of. Like, great. Right? All this candy, the candy corns that I could have got to fill up. I like the pumpkins, but whatever. The candy corns that I got, I could have filled up my grandma's candy dish again. Could have done it again. And then I just had a little conversation with myself. She's like, Sarah, you're not going to be able to control yourself. Just don't put it in the house. If you are that hard up for a pumpkin, go buy a single pumpkin and go put it in your fucking mouth and be done. Okay? So like Reese's peanut butter cup pumpkin one. That's what I was telling myself. But honestly, I just kind of walked by. I was like, okay, we're not buying any candy. I don't need any more candy. It's fine. And again, it isn't the sugar. It's not the sugar. It's not the sugar, guys. It's so much deeper than the sugar. So I this Friday No Filter is really no filtery. It's just more of an explanation as to why I thought that this was important and why I do what I do and why I share what I share. You know, I've had 2 people recommend me for people to go seek out and say, hey, this person, like I'm struggling. People say, hey, you should go follow this person or go talk to this person. I had 2 in one day yesterday do this. And there's a reason why. And they both put it in the description. It's not just about your food. It's also about the brain. And you have to address both. You have to address both. Without addressing both, we have a large problem. And that was what they said. Hey, this isn't just about your food. She also talks about your mindset and your brain, and you should go follow her and talk to her. She has a really great podcast too, by the way. Right? That tells me that people are recommending me because I'm different. I don't just do surface level shit. We're not just here to give your macros. I don't give a fuck if you hit your protein every day. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, there's something far deeper. I don't know why my phone keeps like blasting here. There's something far deeper that goes into this. And we have to get to that place so that we can get you feeling better, get you out of feeling so fucking stuck all the time. So again, people are recommending me. If you're interested in my Fix My Fat Loss Assessment, hello. I don't know why you would not be doing this. But I hope you click the link in the show notes and let's get you in there. I hope you guys have a great, I was going to say hump day. It's not a hump day. It is a Friday. We have a swim meet this weekend. It is going to be a pretty long meet. The last 3 swim meets we have had to drive 45 minutes to. I think it's a little ridiculous. But whatever. And outside of that, I don't think we have anything this weekend outside of that. The next couple weekends are going to be full. We have more swim meets, homecoming, county meet, all sorts of things. So lots of things going on. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Please put down your phones, hug a person that you love, get sunshine on your face, and put your feet in some grass. And I will catch you